Sable. It's Mommy's childhood. Yeah. Yeah, what do you think? Yeah. Hello and welcome, strangers and friends, to my playthrough of The Sims 2 Pleasantview. My idea for this series is to kind of start it off with the absolute minimum mods. It's just the bug fixes that are needed for the game to run properly, and to go in the Prima guide order of households, which means that this part 1 will be the Lotharios, the Goths, and the Calientes, and then part 2 will be the Brokes, the Dreamers, and then the Pleasants, and then in part 3 we will be placing the families from the family bin, as well as going over some mods and custom content to just make the game look a little bit nicer. If you're interested in getting The Sims 2 running on your modern day computer, I've included a link to a helpful setup guide on my website, hannahcanada.ca, and you'll find it under Sims 2 stuff, as well as a list of mods that I've been slowly organizing from what are the most critical, essential bug fixes to keep your game running smoothly, all the way down to optional gameplay changes that can just mix up your gameplay a little. But without further ado, let's get into our Pleasantview playthrough. A lot has happened in the 25 years since The Sims 1 came out. Mortimer Goth made his fortune, the Pleasants put down roots, and a new generation of Sims was born. But the peaceful, happy existence is in jeopardy when some new arrivals to Pleasantview start stirring up trouble, creating rivalries and tensions for all families in the neighborhood. Can anything be done to restore the peace to sleepy, idyllic Pleasantview? The first household in the Prima Guide playthrough is actually the Lotharios, despite that they're fourth in this list. Who is Don Lothario? Is his engagement to Cassandra Goth genuine? And what about the rumor that her mother, Bella, was last seen scaling the deck of his condo? Never understood what they meant by scaling the deck of his condo. Like, do they literally just mean, like, going from inside of his house to outside on the deck? I've never understood the phrasing of that. There's no way to, like, climb the outside of his house. Anyways. So this is Don, and what we learned from this first pop-up is that his romantic life is really humming along. Maybe now's the time to put the moves on Nina Caliente. Pick up the phone to invite her over. And we can see that in his wants here, he actually does want to invite her over, so that's great. And he wants to woohoo with her, as well as her twin sister, Dina Caliente, and woohoo with 3 different Sims. I'm going to right click to lock in the woohoo with 3 different Sims because we will be doing that today. And a lot of Don's wants, because he's a romance Sim, will revolve around making out woohoo and things like that. And how the aspirations work is basically the game will choose from a list, and we have been given just a career-based one, but sometimes they will be, woohoo with 20 different Sims, have 20 simultaneous loves, things like that. So luckily for us, it's just a career-based one, although we probably will be ignoring it for this playthrough because I have no interest in Don becoming a rock god whatsoever. We saw him complain because he is obviously a sloppy Sim. He's got garbage all over his property, but we do have to interact with one of these piles of trash and tell him to throw it out, because otherwise we won't get this next pop-up from the Prima Guide, which is, this place is a mess, use the phone to hire a maid. And we can go do that, call service. So we're gonna finish calling the maid. In the meantime, we will get a pop-up message that lets us know that Nina has arrived. Your rates are just fine, Kaylin. And we'll go greet her. And it says Don wants to win Nina over, and it looks like she's slowly succumbing to his wily charms. Maybe now's the time to suggest a romantic soak in the hot tub. It's one way to greet. Okay, now that we've greeted her, we can follow what the prompt says and go get in the hot tub. And as soon as he starts walking, we can actually ask her to join. We'll get a little picture-in-picture camera there to show us that Kaylin has arrived to clean up our house. She should be done relatively quickly. Now, there is a risk, after playing through this a couple times, there is a risk that she will catch you cheating even though you're outside when she's inside cleaning up. So we're actually just going to wait for her to finish those couple piles of garbage before we do anything else with Nina, because if or when Kaylin catches him cheating will be for another episode of the Let's Play. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in this relationship panel we can see he actually already knows this maid Kaylin Langdrak, and obviously knew Nina and her twin sister Dina before we jumped in. So he has a crush and love with both of these two lovely ladies who are on the lot right now. But we can also see that he's actually engaged to Cassandra Goth, who's part of the household we will play next, and just has a crush with Nina's twin sister. So now that Kaylin has finished cleaning up the garbage, she asks if we want to hang out, and we're going to say no, because we're busy with Nina at the moment. And the reason in particular that we're not that interested in Kaylin at the moment is if we go down to Simology and then Dawn's Memories, we can see that he's actually already done woohoo with Kaylin before. So if we fulfill these wants to woohoo with Nina and Dina, we will actually get this woohoo with 3 different Sims want fulfilled, which is why I right-clicked to lock it earlier. So as soon as Kaylin is gone, we can start cuddling with Nina here. Excuse me. You can, I told you you can cuddle. Cuddle, please. Thank you. Let's start with making out so that we can make sure we get... Oh, he has made out with her before, but I like to just make sure that the game knows, because there are different wants that'll keep going related to these counts. So I'm going to get them to make out, and then they'll woohoo, and we are going to get a cutscene. Now, unfortunately, I mean, I do love and miss the cutscenes, but I find playing with the Lothario household, you get so many, because with each new sim and or place, like the hot tub versus the bed, you will get another cutscene for the woohoo. So it's a lot. You'll start to see what I mean just after the Sims we're gonna woohoo with today. Now that we've done that, we are actually going to say goodbye to Nina straight from the hot tub. And we can see that he's re-rolled a couple of his wants here. So now he actually wants to woohoo in bed, which is great. We will do that with Dina so that we're not having woohoo in the same hot tub that he just did it with her twin. Okay, goodbye. Hello. Okay, I'm just gonna use the toilet. Now, you'll notice there's no animation around this stereo here, but the music gets very loud when we go downstairs. That's actually built into the tutorial that the house will start with this, like, I don't know, techno, I guess, type music. But the stereo's off. It's built-in scripted. It will just keep going. I think forever, maybe just until the next time you load into the lot. So the only way to get that music to shut off is to turn on the stereo. And you'll see now the salsa music from the stereo will come on instead. And now we can turn it off and we can have a blissful moment of silence. Except not really, because I'm going to keep talking. So now that we've gone to the bathroom, we're actually just going to call and invite Dina over right away. We can also like have a lunch meat sandwich just to satiate his other hunger. Dina will often also ask if she can bring a friend over. You pretty much always want to say no because Nina and Dina are very likely to just bring the other one over. And unless you want them to catch you cheating, you don't want them both here at the same time. So we will ignore all of these people at the door and just greet Dina with a kiss as well. Are you serious? You're gonna try to steal my sandwich? Don't you dare. Don't you dare steal my sandwich. We're gonna interrupt you before you can steal my sandwich. Okay, now that we're safely closed so that any of his other lovers walking by aren't gonna catch him cheating, we will make out and we will see. And now he will get the made out with Dina memory as well. So we will go straight upstairs. We will click relax, and just like with the hot tub before, as soon as he starts moving, we can actually ask Dina to join, and she will stop trying to steal our sandwich and come and join us in the bed. For each of these wants that you fulfill, you'll notice this bar filling up. So that's basically satisfaction points that you'll build over time, and you can get rewards with them later in the game. You're going to maybe cuddle, maybe kiss a little bit. Now that they are in love, because all it takes is a little snuggle on the bed, we can woohoo. And this should fulfill these two wants and get us a whole boatload more points over here. Yeah! Immediate snoring. And as you can see, we are actually lucky enough that it did count them properly in the memories, and so the Woohoo 3 different Sims has also fulfilled itself. And now you can see the true nature of romance Sims, because even though his lifetime goal is to apparently become a rock god, his immediate wants are more like, oh, I think I want to make out with 3 different Sims, maybe do some Woohoo in public, and maybe be in love with 5 different Sims at the same time. So I think what we'll do first is lock in the make out with 3 different Sims, because obviously he should have that already. So we're basically just fixing up his historical memories. Now we are going to wake up, please. We have to get Dina out of here so we can eat our sandwich in peace. We are going to say goodbye to her. We're going to eat this. We'll see if it actually goes through though, because yeah, she's sleeping. So I'm actually going to have to ask her to leave. We'll see if she's, oh good, she's waking up now. Just have to cue it up a couple times. Sometimes when they're sleeping, it gets a little bit scuffed. Where did she go? Oh no. Get out of my hot tub and get out of my house. Okay, if we can ever cue this up properly to say goodbye. Okay, great. So now we will have some dinner. Let's just have like an instant meal. Now, I think what I would like to do is first call over Kaylin just so that we can get this makeout count fixed. Because, I mean, they've woohooed in public. They should probably have made out at some point. She's already thinking about making out. Don't go on my computer! Stop! We have to make out. Look at him strutting. We have to make out. Get off the computer. Oh my god. Look at this strut. Oh my god. Okay, fantastic. So that should be fulfilled now. I don't think I want to lock in either of these just yet, because I don't know if we're going to fulfill them. Just let it re-roll and see what happens. Oh, perfect. He wants to woohoo in bed and the hot tub. Great. Okay, so why don't we lock the hot tub, but we're actually going to go for the bed first. I'm going to say goodbye to Kaylin because she is actually not the Sim. Why can I not pick it up? Okay. Because she is not actually the Sim that I am concerned with woohooing at the moment. We are going to invite over Cassandra Goth. So the tutorial piece is actually finished at this point. We've done everything that is sort of like intended to happen on the first day that you're playing in the Don Lothario household. However, one of the issues with this is that it makes Don's meter extremely full. So it makes him very, very happy. And the problem with that is that when we go to the Goth household next, he is engaged to Cassandra Goth, but he's a romance Sim. So he is afraid of things like being engaged to other Sims. So if we want him to go ahead and marry Cassandra Goth, you can pretty much stop your playthrough here for his house and you can move on to the Goth household. He's much more likely to say yes when he's this fulfilled for his aspiration meter. However, if we want him to leave her at the altar so he can keep living his beautiful romance Sim life And we want, Cassandra to not have her heart broken by a serial cheater. We need to lower their relationship enough that he will say no and still leave her at the altar. So here she is. We're going to greet Cassandra. Before we basically lower their relationship on purpose, I just want to make sure that he gets the memories of that he's, done anything with Cassandra. Because if we look through his memories, we will see that first of all, Cassandra's mom, Bella, rejected him for making out. But he did successfully kiss Cassandra for the first time immediately before he had, his relationship with Kaylin started. But he's never made out with Cassandra before, despite that they are engaged to be married. So we're going to get her off of the TV and we're going to make out with her now. And then we're going to bring her up to the bed and fulfill this want here. And then his counts should be correct as that he is, in a relationship with all 4 of these women. He's made out with all 4 of them and he has slept with all of them. Because Don is living his best romance sim life regardless of what we think about it. He can be a little man-ho, That's the life he's chosen or that's chosen him, Okay, don't worry about that the bed is like unmade and on both sides, Cassandra. Why don't you can just stay down here for 1 second while I go make the bed and like make it look like, not like I've literally just slept with another woman in this bed like an hour or 2 ago. Okay, and now that we have him queued up to relax, we can invite her to join us. Once she's lying down, we can woohoo with her right away because they are so blissfully in love. We get another cutscene. We can see that they've both got their engagement rings on, which is totally fine. They're due to get married, like, literally the next day at Cassandra's house. I do have to say they do look kind of cute together, but it's not what we're about. Okay. Wake up, please. I think we have to shoo her to get her out of the bed, but I think we're okay with that because like we're trying to piss her off now. So you can see like the only interaction we have that's like negative is basically to argue with her. So to ensure that he leaves, we pretty much just have to keep arguing over and over again. So I'll just cue that up. And we can see their relationship is back down to basically like what it was when she came over. That took like what, 3 or 4 arguments. So we're just going to argue several more times. We want the relationship to ideally be at least below 80, if not even a little bit lower than that. Okay, and because we didn't invite her to stay over the night, we did get it below 80, so that's fine. And now she's going to leave, which is also fine. I mean, I imagine after like arguing for 2 hours with your fiance the night before your wedding that maybe you'd just be like, I should just go. I should just go back to my own house. This is not going well. It has been roughly 24 hours in the Lothario household. We are eating some cereal. The carpool is here. We've made a nice mess for Kaylin to clean up and we are good to go. And I'm actually going to leave this He's thinking about her. We're going to leave this household here for now. By the way, the carpool always waits for an hour. So if he's due at work at 9, the carpool will come at 8 and you have until like pretty much just before 9 o'clock to get in the car and you're fine. But with that, we will save this lot and we will move on to the Goth household. Cassandra is ready to start a family of her own, but can she tame the town Casanova, Don Lothario? And can Mortimer bounce back after the disappearance of his wife Bella? So when we load into the Goth household, we can actually see Don is here. He is ready to get married, maybe. And Cassandra has a want to get married to Don as well as a want to have a baby. So we're actually going to right click and lock in the have a baby because I am interested in her doing that. And I do not think that getting married to Don is going to be successful if I have anything to say about it. But we can see from this message Cassandra is smitten with Dawn and wants to get hitched. Perhaps an affectionate gesture will put the relationship on strong footing. To fulfill what that message wants you to do, you can do any kiss here. I want it to improve their relationship as little as possible. So I'm going to pick peck. Ooh, fireworks. That was quite a kiss, apparently. Cassandra better strike while the iron's hot and get married. Click on the wedding arch to get the ceremony started. Now, if we take a minute, their relationship is below 80, which is good. However, let's just, to be sure, just have, like, you know, a little argument, because that kiss improved their relationship up to 84. We want to make sure it's below 80 for the best results here. No, don't like agree on the argument. Okay, perfect. So we're going to argue twice, and then we're going to click and get married as the prompt said. None of the prompts for this lot, like, will change even if you invited Cassandra over to Dawn's the night before. Even if you play on Dawn's lot for a week and you sleep with the whole town, it's not going to change any of the message prompts that will come up for the Goth household. I think we're just waiting for these guests dancing back here to come for the wedding. Or we'll just start the wedding without them. That's fine. Oh no! No, Dawn, no! 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 I worked so hard to get you to argue and not go through with it. Dawn! What are you doing? What are you think? Look at him smiling. What a frickin'... You bastard. You've literally done this to yourself, and you have absolutely no excuse for it. You have no excuse. What are we supposed to do with this now? We don't even have a hot tub. Dawn, what are we supposed to do now? Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if I want to just go with this or if I want to... Yeah, I think I want to say no. And I think I know what my mistake was. When we left Don in his house, we're going to jump back into his house. When we left, his aspiration was still too high. So he was still too happy. Unfortunately, yeah, he was still in platinum. So unfortunately, we actually have to play another day of the Lothario household. We have to wait until this gets at least down to gold, if not even lower. I'm just going to kind of meet his needs and wait for that bar to go down. We can also see now that Kaylin cleaned the shower because he used it, it finally triggered that it was like dirty and she was able to clean it and it looks normal now. So I guess at least I got to show you that super important detail by having to go back and play more of this household. Guys, episode 1's going so well. So it's taken essentially another whole day. It's 8 a.m. again. The carpool's here again. Don's made his house a mess again for Kaylin to clean up. But his aspiration meter has finally gone down into gold. So now that their relationship is still below 80 and his aspiration meter is finally down into gold, we should be able to get him to successfully leave Cassandra at the altar. Okay, let's try this again. I mean, for the first time. Ooh, fireworks. That was quite a kiss. Cassandra better strike while the iron is hot and get married. Click on the wedding arch to get started. After we argue. We're gonna right click to lock we have a baby want. Luckily, their relationship is easier to lower this time. We do not want to listen to a dirty joke right now, Dawn. We want to get them married. And we can see now, finally, Cassandra's family is paying attention. So at least, you know what, they're gonna watch this time. The wedding. That's definitely going to go the way Cassandra wants it to. Successfully, right? Of course.
Frogi, Jahano, Lapso, Nibre. Steep flow. Steep flow, Shubi. Sablo Fob.
I should not be smiling this much because Obviously, it's really sad. I'm just really happy that that worked this time. So Cassandra actually did have a fear of Dawn leaving her at the altar, and now we see what it looks like when a sim goes into aspiration failure. When one of their like really horrible fears is realized, it will reduce their points down into the red at the bottom, and this therapist character will come to see and make them feel better. Go away, Mr. Humble. And you can see that other Sims, if we have Mortimer or Alexander selected, we can see they can't actually see that this therapist is here. And they will very, you know, caringly just watch and call the Sim crazy, which is fine. So he'll come and he'll help them get out of the worst of it here. Mortimer, I know you're sad, but just kind of chat with Mortimer. Maybe see if we can get her social up and get her feeling a little bit better. But those are really the only message prompts for this lot. It's basically just, you know, click on the wedding arch and then you're good to go. If you are playing this, it doesn't matter like who you invite or how big of a wedding you throw. So you can invite guests and they maybe will sit in these other seats. You could invite Mortimer's girlfriend, who you might recognize from our previous household. It is Dina Caliente, for some added drama with Dawn in the mix. However, you do risk ruining her relationship with Dawn and her relationship with Mortimer because they can figure out that each other are cheating. But if you want a lot of drama right off the get-go, that is a great way to do it. You know, for example, maybe you do want Dawn to leave, and so you have Cassandra arguing with him outside, and right away you basically queue up for Mortimer to call and invite Dina over. That being said, why don't we just kind of comfort Cassandra a little bit more. We will have Alex meet some of his needs. Actually, we're not going to have a snack. We are going to build logic skill because that's what he wants to do. And Mortimer, like, what do you want to flirt with Nina for? What are you doing? What are you doing? Your wife went missing. Supposedly you're like heartbroken. This doesn't look like you're heartbroken. Morty, what are you doing? Oh, there's a doggy. Hello. Okay, Mortimer, you're actually crying more than your daughter about this. Like, can you get over yourself for a minute? Okay, why don't you serve some dinner? Cassandra didn't roll it in this playthrough, but she will actually often roll a want to talk to Darren Dreamer or call Darren Dreamer, who's one of her good friends. You can see she has two friends in the neighborhood, Mary Sue Pleasant and Darren Dreamer, who we will meet better in episode 2 of this Let's Play. So I'm just going to get her to call him to talk to raise a little bit more of this social. Ooh, let's see if ghosts will actually work. So this hasn't always worked for me in terms of Mortimer seeing the ghosts, but no, he doesn't care. The last scripted event for this lot is for ghosts to appear at night, just to kind of introduce you to the idea that ghosts exist in the game. But the first one never seems to scare my Sims properly, like they can never seem to see it. But generally, like ones that are not scripted, that'll just spawn on their own on like the second and third night and so on. Usually work. It's just the first one like seems to be bugged without mods to fix it. So why did you serve 4 plates? There's 3 people who live here.
Oh.
Ew, that sounded so disgusting.
Oh.
Dude!
Yeah, so basically just doing some needs fulfillment, and that is all we're going to do for the Goth household. We are ready to move on to the Calientes. Basically, as soon as the ghost spawns, that's the last scripted event on the lot, and we can move on. Was it just coincidence that the Caliente sisters arrived on the eve of Bella Goth's disappearance? And is their interest in Mortimer Goth physical or fiscal? I mean, as you'll see in a minute, it's pretty obvious that it's Dina's a gold digger. Yeah, she wants Mortimer for his money. Yeah. Okay, so these are the Caliente twins. We can see that it automatically switched us to be looking at Dina, and a message has come up. Dina Caliente's digging for gold, and she wants to lay a claim on Mortimer. Don't wait for him to make the big move. Be aggressive. And that message is actually also to let us know that Mortimer just so happens to be walking by the Caliente house. So we can go and greet him. We can see that Dina wants to marry a rich sim, which we are going to do. And we can see that, Nina is thinking of either being a slacker or a dancer or like flirting with some people. We can lock in slacker career for now because that is usually a job available in the newspaper on day 1. Perfect. There is a slacker career job. We will say okay. Nina will take it. We will ignore Rod Humble at the door. Dina has come down, in her bathing suit, I guess, that looks like underwear. And we basically were told to make the first move. We don't have to kiss or make out or anything. We can pretty much directly propose. We've kissed him for the first time. These are from what we've done at Dawn's house. We can see that she has actually been married before. We can see that that man is now in her living room in an urn. And we can see that she inherited money from him. Again, this is from our playthrough with Dawn. And we can see that she's kissed him for the first time, apparently just now. But we can immediately go and propose engagement. We do not actually have to make out or woohoo or anything.
Nabnos, Ramen Tablet, Kin, Roman, Bloody.
Oh, my God!
Aww. Look at the happy old man who wants to flirt with her and her twin sister.
Yeah,
And now they're engaged. That's that. We can see it there. And we can actually... I don't think there's another prompt for it. I think you can literally just propose marriage. And as soon as you do, it will trigger the next one. Now, you would think that he would bring his son with him. We are not going to. We're going to leave Alexander at the Goth Mansion. And the reason we're going to do that is because the text in the next message implies that he doesn't come to live here for whatever reason. We can now see that they are married. Very romantic ceremony in her bathing suit. He's only bringing us $50,000, even though the mansion has $500,000 just sitting in the bank. So my headcanon for this is that Dina is like, what do you mean you only brought $50,000 of your $500,000 fortune? What do you mean? What? Why? And Mortimer is like, that's like money for my kids. And Dina's like, why have you done this to me, you horrendous, disgusting old man? But instead she's like, oh, haha, that makes total sense. And, is totally fine with Mortimer living at the Caliente house instead. For now. The next message pop-up, as soon as they get married, you should get it. It'll say, 2's company, but 3 is a crowd. So it's time for Nina to get moving. Use the newspaper to move a sim out. Now, you can choose to move her out or not. You click find your own place. And you'll see that she now actually has a want to move out as well, and that's scripted in. But you can choose to not actually move her out. There's no change for the rest of the scripted events on this lot that actually depend on Nina being there or not. So yeah, it's really up to you whether you actually want to move her out. I will move her out for now to go with, what's supposed to happen according to the tutorial prompts. But I think we will be moving her back in because I do want her to end up living in this condo long term, because I want Dina and Mortimer to move back into the mansion. But that'll probably be episode 4. In the meantime, we're basically waiting for evening at this point. So I like to, because they've only kissed, let's have some making out going on, and let's start trying to get Dina pregnant. Oh, actually, Mortimer is going to be going to the bathroom. So why don't you go relax? This is asking us who wants to move out with Nina. We're going to say nobody. A car will come. Actually, we should X that out. A car is coming. Nina's thinking about her family member getting married. Dina will come and say goodbye.
Her phone, Pume.
They'll think about each other as sisters before Dina drives off. So now Nina has moved out. Her picture has disappeared from over here. And we are free to try for baby. Ah! Mortimer, no. Oh, he turned on the stereo. Now we're gonna have to go up there to turn it off. What are these masks above your bed, Dina? Like, what is going on? Okay. Let's get knocked up. Listen for the chime. We did it! They're pregnante! Oh, 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 oh. Okay. He's literally dancing to the music through the floor because it's so loud. Jesus Christ. But he's got to go up to turn it off. Why are you running like that, you crazy person? Ew, stop growling at her. Okay, we can see in Dina's one she wants a TV costing at least $8,000. We can do that. Get rid of this. At least $8,000? Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Now look, everything's gonna be off center, Dina. What are you asking me for here? And a computer costing a bunch of money. I don't think we want to do that right now, and I'm going to tell you why. As you can see, there's no burglar alarm on the walls here. However, there is a scripted event for a burglar to come tonight. I believe that they are scheduled to come at midnight exactly. Oh my goodness. I've never had him spawn here on the first night. He was so mad. Oh my goodness. I've never had him do that on the first night. I love that. That's so funny. Why don't you, yeah, go mourn him. Maybe that'll make him happy. Yeah, I know. He's there. I know. Just like mourn him. Maybe. She's like, I don't really care that he's dead though. So like, what do you want me to do? Okay, well, why don't we maybe read about some parenting? Oh my god, he's scaring Mortimer now too while he's cooking. Oh, but he liked it. I mean, okay. So Mortimer is a knowledge sim. He wants to max out 7 skills with his life. But basically it means they're more likely to be happy about things like ghost encounters. This learning parenting thing's taken a long time. Okay, Mr. Michael Batchelor, you can leave now. You've been yelling and you know, we get it. Oh, he's not happy about her new husband specifically. I mean, we could have guessed that, but wow. Fun fact, Michael Batchelor is actually supposedly Bella, Mortimer's missing wife, ex-wife. Do they become an ex if they go missing? I don't think so. Not legally anyways. Scoundrel. Anyways, Mortimer's wife Bella, Michael is actually supposed to be her brother. Which I believe isn't formally established in the canon until The Sims 3, but, you know, it happens eventually. Okay, so Dina wants to do absolutely nothing, so why don't we just keep We'll keep studying parenting because we know she's pregante. You can turn that off. I don't know why that was turned. Why are you sponge bathing? Like, while there's a ghost here and you have a perfectly good tub upstairs. What is going on with this playthrough? Oh, he soiled himself. He soiled himself from the ghost, and then he's like, oh, I'll just sponge bath in the kitchen. No worries. As one does. I completely understand now, Mortimer. I completely understand. Yeah, I see why this is what you've decided to do. I really do think it's so funny that I told her to mourn him and she was like, just kept shrugging like, am I supposed to care? That's so funny. I've never had him come out on the first night and like harass them and make poor old Mortimer soil himself. So yeah, one thing you might want to do before midnight is actually just go ahead and buy a burglar alarm to make it more likely that like the burglar will get caught and they won't get away with anything. I'm, as you can see, not doing that. Stop. Is it the ghost turning on the goddamn TV? I kind of want them to, like, fight the robber and see what happens. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so, Dina, stop. You need to call emergency. And, Mortimer, are you clean? Because, like, we literally have a robber in the house. And he went straight for the $8,000 TV. Whoever could have guessed? Whoever could have guessed? Oh no. He's running upstairs. What's he gonna try to do now? Oh, can we like literally not do anything? We just have to wait for the police? I thought you could fight them. Might be a mod. Yeah, I can't do anything. Did you call the police yet? Did you call the police? No, she wants to buy a burglar alarm. I wonder why. We'll lock that in. We will buy a burglar alarm after this. Oh, he just ran right past him. Okay, that's fine. Burglars can be dangerous. Can we fight him or like we just... Oh, well the police are already here, so that's good. Are they gonna catch him? No! He got away with the $8,000 TV and what else? Did he steal? Oh, and the hot tub. How he fit the hot tub in his little bag. Wow. I mean, good for him. He's a master of physics. Looks like the burglar got away. Yeah, no shit. I mean, if Dina had called a little bit faster, maybe. Now she's got the nervous poops. No, you can finish going to the bathroom. Stop sobbing about the burglar. Oh my god. Okay, now they both want to buy a burglar alarm. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I've accidentally cost them an extra like $8,000 for no reason. We'll buy the TV again. She doesn't even care. Oh, it's broken? If we fix that in the rain, I feel like we're gonna accidentally kill Mortimer. Which we do not want to do right now. Well, I mean, I don't know if the rain affects that at all. Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh, I like the static sound effects. It's pretty good, actually. Actually just gonna pop one of these back in here. This ghost is insistent upon turning the TV on. The robber's arrival at midnight is the last scripted event for the Caliente household. So basically once I've gotten Dina pregnant and replaced anything that was stolen, that's where I like to end the first bit of this household and move on to the next one, but that will have to wait for part 2. In part 2 of our Sims 2 Pleasantview Let's Play, we will be playing the Broke, the Dreamer, and the Pleasant household, so stay tuned for that. And then in part 3, we will be adding Sims from the family bin, which now includes Nina Caliente, as well as prettying up our game a little bit. I'll be showing some mods that you can use to make and custom content to make your game look nicer in 2022. So I hope that you join me for those next few episodes and hopefully longer into this Let's Play as we move forward. I hope that you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.